As you shift your vibrational frequency, you experience a whole new reality. So quantum physics shows us that everything is energy, including you, and all energy vibrates on frequencies. So we have what's called the law of vibration, which is one of the universal laws. And the law of vibration states that everything is in a constant state of movement. We're in an ocean of motion. And your body is a molecular structure that vibrates at a very high speed. So your body's putting off this vibration. And whatever vibration you're putting off determines what you will attract back into your reality. And that's the law of attraction. So we get a reflection of our vibration, a reflection of who we are being. So your state of being is the same thing as your vibration. And I'm going to share Dr. Joe Dispenza's quote with you. He says, "Thoughts are the language of the brain and feelings are the language of the body. How you think and how you feel creates your state of being." So your thoughts and your feelings are very important when it comes to creating reality because they make up your state of being, which is the same thing as your vibration. Now, the problem is a lot of people focus on changing the outside. They're trying to do things in the outer reality to change it to get what they want, not realizing that the outside is actually a reflection of the inside. So they're too busy focusing on the outside and not putting the focus on the inside, which is why they don't get results. So think of it like, I'll use this mirror analogy, right? So it's like you're standing in a mirror and you're staring at yourself and you're waiting for your reflection to smile first. It's never going to happen. It's like you're standing there and you're trying to use your fingers to make your reflection smile, like you're trying to move your mouth, like, come on, just smile. And it's not going to happen. Now that's because you have to be the one that smiles first in order to see it in the reflection. You have to be the one that puts the focus on the inner world and change the inner world to see it reflected in the outer world. So when you know it's a reflection, when you realize the outer world is simply a reflection of your inner world, this makes it easier to shift your frequency because you realize that you have the power. So know that you can shift your frequency. You can make this conscious decision. Like, for example, for me, I have the awareness now when I'm in a low vibe type frequency because I've been working on my vibration and self-awareness a lot. I now have the awareness, so I know when I'm in this lower frequency, and I know I can shift my frequency, and I know that when I do that, the outer reality will shift as well. So awareness is key because awareness means that you're able to make a choice. So the first tip I'm going to share with you is to change the meaning you give things. So everything in life is neutral. There is no built-in meaning other than the meaning you give it. So for example, let's say you have one person that absolutely loves dogs. The meaning they give dogs is positive. They think that dogs are so cute and cuddly, they're loyal, they guard their property really well. And then you have a person that hates dogs. So the meaning that they give dogs is negative. They think that they're all hairy and they just put their hair all over the furniture and they just slobber everywhere and they're so disgusting. So nothing has any built-in meaning. It's the meaning that you give it. And the meaning you give things has a vibrational frequency. So let's say a situation happened in your past that you gave a negative meaning to. That is a vibrational frequency, right? And then let's say you decide you want to revisit this thing that happened in your past and you decide you want to give it a positive meaning instead. Giving it a positive meaning shifts the frequency. So I'll give you an example. I broke my back when I was like 19 and I didn't find out till I was 25 and I had to have a spinal fusion surgery. Now I could have given that situation a negative meaning. I could have been like, You know, oh, I'm so young, I damaged my back, now I can't work, I'm just some loser who can't earn a living, I'm on disability. That's giving it a negative meaning, and therefore that's going to create a negative reality for myself where I'm this victim feeling sorry for myself. But instead, I give my back situation a positive meaning. So for example, I look at it like it's actually a blessing in disguise. Me breaking my back is what got me out of the work, eat, sleep cycle. I used to work these boring 9-to-5 jobs that weren't fulfilling me. And because I'm not distracted by this job, I've been able to work on my own hobbies and skills. I've been able to have time to figure out who I am and what I want to do. I wouldn't have started up this YouTube channel. So it's actually served me because I'm actually enjoying life a lot more doing the things I love than to be working a job that drains my soul. So it's the meaning we give these situations. I'll give you another example. So some of us have had, childhoods that had a lot of pain, or, we had, abuse or neglect, or, childhood trauma and wounds. And I was one of those people, and I could look at my childhood like I'm a victim, poor me, why did this have to happen to me? And I used to think like that until I changed the meaning, because I realized that my childhood, going through what I went through, is what led me to have a spiritual awakening. So now I see it's actually served me, so now I give that a positive meaning. It served me, it led me to have a spiritual awakening. I'm so grateful to have a spiritual awakening. So meaning evokes emotion, and emotion evokes frequency. So change the meaning, change the negative meanings to positive meanings, and that's going to shift your frequency and shift your reality. And I'll give you one more example of this. So when I had to learn to forgive my dad, right? I went 10 years of not talking to my dad because he wasn't a good dad. So I gave it a negative meaning, like, F you for how you abandoned me, sort of thing. I then changed the meaning, and I realized that him abandoning me was actually a good thing. It was a form of protection for me because my dad had so much unhealed childhood wounds. It caused him to be an angry and abusive man, and him not being around was actually a good thing because if he was around, I would have been more negatively affected by his abuse. So I can now see that him not being around, I changed the meaning to being positive, like, oh, it was actually a good thing. And now that I've changed the meaning to being positive and I've forgiven him and I've let it go, I've gone from being in a reality where I didn't talk to my dad for like over 10 years to a reality where I am talking to my dad, I'm on good terms, and I've actually learned to forgive and let it go. So I'm no longer having this anger and resentment, like clinging on to anger and resentment in my body. Because I forgave him and I changed the meaning, I now let it go. So now my vibrational frequency is shifted by doing that. So this is why it's really good to revisit these painful moments from our past, change the meaning so you're able to let it go, release the anger and resentment, completely shifting your vibrational frequency. And then when that happens, the outer reality will change and mirror that. Now, my second tip is be happy in the present moment. Stop making rules. Once I get X, Y, and Z, then I'll be happy. Once I get that dream home, once I have money, once I have that loving relationship, then I'll be happy. The more rules you have, the less happy you feel. The less rules you have, the more your state increases. So let go of the rules and choose to be present to the moment and be happy with where you are in the present moment. You don't need a reason to be happy. Happiness is just a choice. Choose to be happy in the present moment with where you are right now, and it will be reflected. You will experience a reality that is equal to that level of happiness, because the outside is just a reflection of the inside. So be happy with where you are at right now in the present moment. Now, my third tip is to do things that increase your vibration. So we can do many different things that will raise our vibration to higher frequencies. I'll give you some examples. So we can move our body, We could go for a walk, go for a jog. We could have a workout session. We could put our favorite music on and dance. We could eat nutritious foods. So plant foods like fruits and veggies are high vibrational food. So simply by eating it and putting it into our bodies will help to raise our own vibration. You could drink water. You could sit in nature. You could do what's called a gratitude rant, where you just start rattling off all the things that you're grateful for. You could meditate. So there are many different things that we can do that will increase our vibration. And if you do them daily, like you make the choice to incorporate these things into your day-to-day life, that will keep you high vibrational, which then will get reflected into your outer reality. So I hope you like this video, guys. I hope you got some sort of value out of it. If you did, let me know by smashing that like button or write a comment. And if you like this sort of content, then subscribe and hit the bell notification. I'm going to leave a video here that will teach you how to permanently raise your vibration. And if you do that, you will experience a way better reality, because again, the outer reality is simply a reflection of your inner world. Have an awesome day.